Hello everyone, this is Brooke, pink2paris. I hope everything is set up okay. Please give me a comment if you are here. Hello everyone. Just going to do a few technical things here on my end. That. Okay, so if you can see me and hear me okay, please leave a comment so that I can tell you are here. And we have one from my mom. She made it. And let's see if we have any other ones coming in. We have some viewers. I see that. And okay, you are here. So let's get started. For everybody else that's watching and joining in, please leave your name, say hi. This is going to be an engaging event. Oh, and people are saying PKNCRM. You've been watching me for a very long time. I recognize your name. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to start talking about today's topic in a few minutes. Just want to let people trickle in and get over my jitters. So you guys know how much I love doing this, but I want to give a few people a chance to get in here. So thanks for the thumbs up, whoever did that. I really appreciate it. Making sure you see me and hear me, and this is going to be great. Okay, so I'm on the link. Okay, great. Hi Stephanie, hi Trina, Hippie Chick 514. Tell me your name, where you're from. We're going to start in a few minutes. I'm just letting everybody get in, make sure that technology is working. You can hear me. Great. I'm glad you can hear me because I usually use a special microphone and I decided not to use it today, but I just wanted to make sure you could hear me. Kimberly is here. Kimberly's in the house. Stephanie, Kimberly from DSHA is here. And lots of people from different backgrounds are here. I sent out notice to a lot of people this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. But feel free, type in your something so I can know you're here. It makes it a lot easier for me to feel like this is a chat instead of me talking like I usually do on my other videos. But in 1 second, I'm going to start talking about motivation and some tricks and tips that I use, especially now while it's dark and dingy and dank and all that stuff outside. Fall is not my jam, people, because it's very dark. I don't know if you can see through my windows back there, but it's been dark for hours here. So pop on in. Yes, Hippie Chick 514, longtime subscriber. You're in Houston. Okay, I was there about 4 years ago to visit some other subscribers. So welcome to the pink2paris channel and welcome to my live. Wonderful. So people can hear me and can see me. Lighting is an issue. Played around with it, but this is what we got. This is what we got, folks. I'm saying that a lot these days. Oh, my cousin is in here somewhere. She doesn't know how to use the chat. Her name is Kim as well. Hi, Kim. I'm glad you're here. There should be a chat comment section on there if you're logged into your YouTube account. So what is it? It's 5 after. I'm going to go ahead and get started with these topics. And as I'm talking, feel free to add comments on your own. This is a topic that I think is near and dear to a lot of us because when it becomes this time of year, I know that energy tends to wane a lot, and we just need that extra oomph or that push to get us going sometimes. And that's what I'm all about to talk. Oh, I'm going to talk about today. So I titled this something like Motivation for When You Don't Want to Do Nothing. Double negatives and everything. Um, and don't mind me, watery eye, back in action. But I want to say that this is that time of year we just had. For those of you in the central time zone or in time zones where you do daylight savings times, this is where we just had it this past weekend, and I'm off kilter. To let you know a little bit about myself, I go, go, go. I get a lot of stuff done. I would consider myself a very productive person. When I know what I want to do, I just do it. I wake up religiously at 4:30 in the morning only because I want to get more stuff done. And I'm not talking about, work, work, work. I'm talking about I want to spend time with myself. I want to write in my journal. I want to write down my goals. I want to, have my coffee, have my peace, have my self-care time. And I do a lot of work too. Don't get me wrong. I am operating my business. For those of you who don't know, I just became a a success coach, sorry. And something I've been doing for a long time, helping people, especially women. I have a strong passion for helping women achieve their goals, and I decided to turn that into an entrepreneurial feat. And it's something I do on the side, in addition to being a full-time director of human resources for a large nonprofit organization in the area. And I started doing that recently, but the ramp up to launching a business was very time consuming, and there's just a lot to do. So I'm going on and on just to tell you that I'm the type of person that I naturally, normally get a lot of things done. People tell me, like, I don't know how you do it, but I do. And that's just me. It's not everybody, but it's me. But I want to tell you, too, that it's not all the time. And especially this time of year when it's dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or the season changes, and you've gone from summer and hot to cold, or you've gone from one day, right now it's 4 o'clock, and the next day it's 3 o'clock. So your body is off kilter. All those things I'm just going to say is that we have it's natural and normal for you to go through a period of being, I don't know, you want to call it sluggish, you want to call it being lazy, you want to call it being a bum, you want to call it whatever you want to call it. I think it's natural for us to go through a slump period. What you don't want to do is have it last a very long time, but there are periods we go through where we're up, 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 we plateau, we might go up again, but eventually there's going to be a little bit of a downturn, and that happens to all of us. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm here to say that if you're in your downturn right now, it's natural and normal, but there's a way to work it out. You don't want to stay there forever, and you don't have to. So let me look at the comments. Oh, now is it pink and cream, or what is your PKNCRM? Is that short for something, or should if you have a first name, I can call you? Because you say add, and I'm going to put it up, add in coronavirus fatigue. And that is very true, because I think by this time of the year, we're all tired of dealing with that. And it's just something that's adding to us another layer of just pushing us down, 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 down. So I wanted to say slumps are very natural and normal. I want to say listen to your body though. It's your body telling you, your body might be telling you it's time for a break. My body tells me this on a regular basis that, okay, you've been going 100 miles an hour. That's not a sustainable pace. It's time to slow down, Brooke. And most times I listen. Sometimes I'm like a toddler and I want my way, but I do have to listen. Otherwise, what's the alternative? You crash and burn, right? And that's not good because the effects of that are a lot more drastic than you just taking the time you need to rest and relax. So, okay, your name is Mia. Thank you for sharing that. You've been subscribed to my channel forever, and I've never known your first name, but thank you very much. So, Mia, she says coronavirus fatigue is another reason why we might be going through slumps right now. Okay, so let's see. I have notes, and I want to make sure that I say everything. So, let me just make sure here. Okay, you want to, like I said, make sure that you're practicing your self-care because like I said, your body might be telling you it's time for a natural break in action. You need a rest, but it also might be telling you you need to focus your attention and care for yourself. You might need to take care of your health. You might need to take care of your fitness, your eating. You might need some medical attention. Or you might just need to get some good R&R. Whatever it is, listen to your body and make sure you're getting that. And I just want to know, you guys know I love to talk about goals, goal setting and achieving. I could do that all day. I want to make sure that you know that even when you're going through these periods of time where you're in a slump or just that hazy, lazy period, that you are going to focus on your goals still. And the question is showing up. So Kimberly Gardner asked, what are some clues that you're in a slump? I feel like I don't know. I've been going nonstop for so long, it feels automatic. That might be a signal that a slump is coming because I know what you mean, being on that autopilot, going. Now there's a different autopilot we'll talk about later where you're on an autopilot and you're doing little things so repeatedly that you use little energy. But when you're going 1,000,000 miles an hour for a long time, even if you don't feel like you're in a slump, you might want to ward it off by kicking up your feet and resting and relaxing. Just preventative measures, the self-care like I was talking about, it could help you avoid a slump, and it can also help you, if you get one, make it not last as long. Does that make sense? So signs and symptoms that you're in a slump, I'm sure everybody in the comments can throw you one as well, but for me, it's just a general, well, not general, but it's a super lack of energy. Normally I work, do my day job all day, and then I close that computer, open another computer, and I start working on my business. But I get to the time where I can't do it. And it's just that feeling of inability. Not that there's anything physically wrong with me. It's just a mentally worn down feeling. That is a signal you might be in a slump. Hi, Connie. People might say other reasons. Leave them in the comments. This is an exchange of ideas. And if anybody has anything they want to add to help Kimberly out, shoot it in the comments. I'll announce it or I'll put it up so we can all see. But this is an exchange of information. So that's one way I know when I'm in a slump, when I just have no energy. I feel like I'm walking in water, and I feel like the thought process takes a lot longer than it used to. Things like that. My mom says sometimes she gets irritable or unable to focus. That's a good sign that you're in one. Let's do this one. And Mia says she doesn't feel like she can stop because when she has too much to get back on track. So yeah, it's very hard to get back on track once you get off. That is a That is a thing. But at the same time, still, sometimes you get derailed just by that lack of energy. It's a just a biological fact, or I don't want to say fact because I'm not a chemist or a biologist or anything like that, but we naturally want to slow down at this time of the year, just because things are slowing down, winter's coming on, and it's all right and natural if you're going to slow down and be in a slump. Just like I'm going to tell you that it's natural and normal, but just don't make it last too long. And in a minute, we're going to get into the reasons why I think you should be able to build your way out of it. Trina says, let's add this one. Disruption of sleep is another reason that you might, or another symptom that you might be in a slump, Kimberly. So that's actually a good one. And this time change is really disruptive. Like I said, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, but my body thinks 4:30 is now 3:30. It's 3:30, and I even won't wake up that early. So it's very disruptive when you're sitting there lying in bed for an hour thinking it's time to get up when it's not. So let's see here. Another one, having too much to do is common these days. We're on a 24-hour cycle. That's very true. Very true. We're moving at a faster pace than ever before. Technology is something that is making us go, go, go. We have in our hands at all times the internet, email, social media, all your friends and contacts. They're in your hand, and I don't know about you, but I wake up and I check my phone. I know it's a bad habit, but I need to get out of that. So the minute I wake up, last thing I do, and it's always there. So yeah, hectic pace, hectic times really, really make us need to stop and slow down. Like I said, if you don't do it on your own proactively through self-care, Mother Nature might come and do it for you by kicking you on your butt and knocking you out so that you have to rest and relax for, who knows, maybe an extended period of time. I know because I've been there, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I realized, what was it, Sunday? No, actually this weekend, Saturday, that I was heading for a slump, because normally my routine is on Saturday is to get ready for a video that goes up on Wednesday, and I just couldn't get myself to it. Tried and tried, but I just couldn't get the workout. So rather than beat up on myself, I gave in, and I decided plan B was to do it live, which is what I'm doing right now. It's like even when you, I have a note here. So even when you can't do anything, or you feel like you can't do anything, always remember what your goals are. You might have to take a pause from acting on them, but it's something that you don't want to forget about. I'm a big proponent of do something every day to get you closer to your goals, even if it's something little. But when you get to a slump, the little thing might just be writing down what your goal is, or remembering that you have a goal in the first place. And that's all you can accomplish. And that's fine, because I don't want you to ever lose sight of what you really want to do, because the slump won't last forever. One quote I remember from, oh gosh, a news program when I was like a kid, it had always a quote, and it said, success doesn't last forever, but it says, and neither does failure. So I kind of equate that nothing lasts forever. So this slump I'm in is not going to be on and on and on, especially if I choose not to let it. So keep your mind on your goals, because it's always something that you want to focus on, and it'll help give you something to pull yourself out of that slump you're in. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Any questions or comments so far? I hope this is Going okay. I wanted to point out too, because when I was making my notes for this, a little bit more on my thought about the goals and keeping those in front of you. Like, you always want to keep something in front of you that you're going towards, because if you don't have that in front of you that you're going towards, you'll end up wherever, and wherever might be someplace you really don't want to go. So I love a motivational speaker named Les Brown. If you haven't heard of him, look him up. He's really good. But he has a phrase. He says, if you're going to knock me down, make sure that I land on my back, because if I can look up, I can get up. And I say that you're going to go up in the direction of your goals. So look up and get up. Just remember to keep doing that even during your slump. Yay. So Mia says that she, oh, let me put it, was it up already? Let's see. When I was younger, I just did not experience this. You didn't experience what? Going through slumps or what? I'm curious. I don't get it. Or the fast pace. Yeah, there's a lot going on now with this adulting that's much different than childhood life. So, but let me know, elaborate please. And while you're doing that, I'm going to start talking about the 5 things I think that you can do to get yourself up and doing something when you really don't want to do anything. So when you want to do nothing, do this. Number 1, break those things you have to do down into really, really small parts. Now, I'll always say this, like, don't take a big chunk and say, I'm going to do this. Break it down into the smaller pieces. But when you're in a slump, break it down into micro pieces, because things have to be broken down to that much smaller, because when you have like that much energy, I don't know if you saw it, I snapped. If you have that much energy, you can't attack something this big. You can't even conceive something this big when you have like this much energy. So think of something really small. So for example, I'm getting ready to do this live video. And it's not a matter of just turning on the camera and start talking. There's things that go behind the scenes. And for me, one of the things that you have to do, you have to know what you're going to talk about. You have to let people know that you're going to talk, and you have to set up things on YouTube technically to make it work. And then you also have to have your thumbnail. So that picture you saw of me with the words, I have to design that ahead of time. So what I like to do is make the task really small. Like, I can't just say go live, because that's too big. And I can't say break it down into these 5 parts. I broke it down into 10 parts. And then I always like to do this, and write this down. This is a Brookism. I went for the point of no return task. So once my point of no return task is that once I do that task, I feel like I've gone so far into the project that I'm not backing out now. I don't know if you've been with me, you know that doing live videos makes me a little nervous. I'm actually doing much better now, but doing my tasks that got me to this point, once I did the thumbnail was the one. I said, once I do this, I'm not backing out now, because I've done so much to get me here, and that was just my point of no return task. So think of it like that. You might have, it might be like, okay, I'm sitting on the couch. I want to go for a walk. Okay, I gotta get up. I gotta put on my shoes. I gotta walk to the door. I gotta open the door. Just if I open the door, boom, I'm gonna take a walk. So just think of things like that. That point of no return task. So here, Adrienne Thompson says, let me put it up. Oh, I make a to-do list before bed However, with virtual school and my husband working from home, I'm too exhausted to accomplish my goals. Okay, we're going to talk about that too, because that's what the whole idea is, the slump, um, doing too much, needing that natural rest and break in action, and what can you do about it? So, the first thing I said I do is I break projects or big things down into really, really, really tiny pieces. The next thing I do is I create habits and routines. So when I'm like this, I become much more a creature of habit than ever before. I do things. So I wake up at 4:30. I know the next 10 things that I'm going to do when I wake up. Actually, my alarm goes off, my lights go on, rocky music plays, all automatically. But then when that happens, I know the next 10 things that I'm going to do. I'm going to write in my journal. I'm going to plan my day's tasks. I'm going to write my goals. I'm going to on and on and on. So it takes out that thought process, and it takes out, because thinking takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? When you're low energy and then you have to think on top of that, that is mentally exhausting. So I remove the thought process by getting myself on autopilot, and that really, really helps me. So I was talking with my friend Anna this morning. I don't know if she's watching, but she was saying, or we were talking about good books for this, and there's three that I want to recommend that talk about doing habits and routines. One is called Tiny Habits by B.J. Fogg. It's a bestseller. It's out there. It's really, really, really good. I finished that about a couple of months ago. The next one I'm sure you've all heard of, and that's Atomic Habits by James Clear. Just read that one a couple weeks ago. Very, very good. And the one I'm reading now is called Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. They're all really good, and they talk about how important it is to start, again, without you have a big goal in mind, but you're going to break it down so much, and you're going to put those little tasks on autopilot so that the next thing you know, you're on your way to your goal. And you're removing some of that mental exhaustion that goes along with the thought process of what do I do now? What do I do now? So just throwing that out there. Those are some good ideas or some good books that you might want to check out. The third thing I need to do, or the third thing I do, and I realized I was doing this without even thinking, so this is like another one I don't really hear other people talking about, but I break down my increments of time that I plan into much smaller pieces. So if you haven't noticed, there's a theme here. Get things small. So what I'm talking about here is, I'm a planner. I like to plan things out. And for those of you who like to do that too, Adrienne, who was talking about making a to-do list before bed, she obviously likes to plan. What happens is planning is another thought process. It takes a lot of time out of our day to plan, but it also takes a lot of energy to plan. And what I started doing was breaking down my planning. So I used to plan for the whole week. I had tasks for every day, everything planned out for the whole week. I had to stop doing that because it was just too much. It was just too much thinking and planning and just getting things organized. The project, the chunk was too big. So I broke it down, and every morning I plan out. I have a little notepad. You can't see here because my lights are too bright. But every single morning I make a list of 6 things that I want to do that day. So I've gone from week planning down to day planning, and the next thing I noticed that I started doing was even smaller increments than that. So when you're in a slump, it's very hard to think about this time next week or planning for next month or things like that. You're thinking like, how can I get off the couch right now? That's what your mind is at when you're in a deep enough slump. And So I've broken down from day planning to parts of the day. So morning and afternoon, or before work, after work. You can even go down by the hour, like this hour I need to do this thing, or at from 10 to 12, if I could do these two things or one thing, I'm gold. Because the more you can do those little small tasks and get those little things accomplished, the more accomplished you feel, and it's that feeling of doing good and accomplishing helps get you out of your slump faster. Keep that in mind too. So the fourth thing, I'm on four, right? Catch me. So we've done small, break down things into small tasks, create habits and routines, break your planning down into smaller increments, and the fourth thing is get support. I want to say get support, exclamation point, because there's no reason why in the world you need to go through a slump all by yourself. Not that I want you to drag other people down with you, but I want you to get aligned with people that are not in a slump that could help you out. Hey Wendy. Wendy's on my BFF in Chattanooga. So she says that's a great way to plan. It's not so overwhelming. Yes, I believe you're talking about the breaking it down into smaller increments. Yes, that is a great way, and it's something that I noticed that I was doing naturally, and it helped me a ton. But as far as back to getting support, we all need support. We're social beings. We don't do a whole lot in life completely solo. We are meant to be in support of each other, and we're made to be in partnership with people. So I know, and I know this for myself is true, it would feel so good, and you could get so much more glory if you were to say, I did this all by myself, right? Anybody out there feel that way? It's ego, and it's pride, and it's all that stuff. But there's nothing wrong with saying, I got here with the help of my sisterhood, or with the friend by my side, or a coach, or an accountability partner. If your goal is to make $1 million, and somebody comes and helps you make $1 million, you still got $1 million. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying here is, I think people, and I'm saying it to myself out loud here, we think that we need to go it all alone because that somehow makes us better, faster, stronger, better, something. And it's not completely true. On here somewhere is my mentor, Trina. I know she was on before. She helps me a ton with my job and just thinking about things in human resources. She has been there before me. She has seen things. Now she can mentor me and helps me along my path. And I think that's a beautiful journey, a beautiful way to interact with people. And there's nothing wrong with it. So when you're in your slump, reach out your hand and see if you can, grab onto somebody that can help you out, because we're usually not all in the slump at the same time. And if you're in a slump and all your people are in a slump, you need some new people. So that's all I'm saying about that. So and that's what I do. I'm a professional success coach. So people call me when they need an accountability partner. They need to not only set goals and define what they are and get their mindset right, but they might need somebody to hold them accountable, help them through different points and periods of their life where there's things that they want to see, but they just can't see the path. And that's that. I can help people with that. But also, I think I'm really good, and people that know me well on here can tell you that if I see you down, I'm not going to let you stay down for a long time. I might give you a get up or quick swift kick in the pants, but that's what friends are for, and that's what you need. You need some support. Make sense? What else have we got here? Oh, okay. So my mom says we're social creatures. True. And I want to add this one. So Wendy says, yes, knowing when to seek help is a sign of a very well adjusted person. You don't have to know everything. That is somebody that everybody give Wendy an amen, because that is so true. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be everything. And sometimes I think as women, we think we have to be all of that and a bag of chips because we're just, I don't know, we're in competing against, but it's not true. Like I said, if your goal is to get $1 million and a person or 10 people come along and help you get there, you still have your $1 million and some really good support that has come along the way. So that is what I want to say about that. And then I think we're on number 5. Feel free to pop in questions, and I really want to hear what you have to say, and I think we can encourage each other. So number 5 is celebrate. You knew this was coming, right? Because I always, on my blog articles, a lot of my videos, I talk about goals and goal setting. It's we got to celebrate. And I realize this, especially when I'm in a slump. I need to have something to look forward to. My goal might be make $1 million. But that's off in the horizon. I can't even think about that now. I'm like down here, like I'm not even on the couch. I'm sitting on the floor, like next to the couch, because I couldn't get myself up to the couch. And then you're talking about go make $1 million. No, I need to get myself there. And if I get on the couch, then I get something. I get a prize. I get a pat on the back or a prize for that. And if I get off the couch and onto, over to the table where I can sit at a proper chair and a desk, then, I get something else. And if I get, ready for the day, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But those little milestones, tie them to those little small tasks that we talked about in step number 1. But give yourself something to look forward to. Go to Walmart if you have to and pick up 10 things that are inexpensive, that are just laid out. So like if I do this, I get that. And go to the dollar store. There's some things you might want to have there. But I'm a sucker for notebooks. And give me a dollar store notebook, I'm just fine. But anyway, you want to make sure that you have things lined up that you can look forward to and celebrate. This might be a great time to have your accountability partner or your support person help you. The more the merrier. And it might be a good time to plan ahead, like when you're doing your planning for today or the morning or the hour. Say, I'm going to do this thing, and if I do it, I get this, or I will reward myself with that. And rewards don't have to be financial. You might reward yourself with a soak in the tub, a bubble bath, or sitting back and listening to your favorite song without any interruptions, or going for a nice walk, or whatever. So keep that in mind, that you definitely want to celebrate. So that's pretty much my 5 steps. What I would really love now is to see or have you chime in as fast as you can type. Tell me, how do you celebrate? Or any reactions you have to anything that I've said so far. We can chat about that for a little bit. I have one a comment from Adrian again. Let's put this up so I can see it better. She deals with mom guilt. Often feel like my focus should be on my family, but I need to change that mindset. You really, really do. As being a parent of, my sons are now 19 and 16. Can you all believe that? But I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years when my boys were born, and I know all about what you're feeling. You do need to change your mindset because at some point you do need to put yourself in the forefront, because the stronger you are and the stronger you are and the more you build yourself up, the stronger you can, or the better you can lead your family. Remember that. If you need anything else, feel free to reach out to me. That's another reason why women sign up for me, is because they're tired of putting themselves second, and it's time for them to put themselves first. And the best investment you can make in yourself is through, sometimes you might need coaching or guidance or support, and to reach your goals. So think about what you want and make a plan for getting there. So let's see, we got, oh, they're coming in, yay. Mia says, let me put it up. I like that support option of take my hand. Yes. It might be, it might be that you, I'm laughing because her next comment says, buy eyeshadow as a reward. And you can't see it, but my vanity is right over there, and it's packed. Mia, it's tons and tons of eyeshadow. I have a huge makeup collection, and that's definitely one of my rewards as well. So I love it. But yeah, so what else do you all do to celebrate? Or, I mean, wouldn't you love to throw a party every time you did something? That would be great. I love balloons. I love flowers. It would be wonderful every time I did something if, my husband walked in with a big balloon bouquet or flowers for me. That's not realistic. That's not going to happen. So I have to do these things myself. And, a small task might take a small reward, but you got to do it. Okay, so Trina says, it's important to take care of yourself because it makes you better able to care for your family. Amen. And that is what we're trying to tell you, Adrienne. Take care of yourself, because the stronger you are, the stronger and the stronger leader you can be for your family. And here Mia asks, do I go to bed early since I wake up so early? I go to bed about 9 o'clock at night. But sometimes I'll admit I get in a groove and I can stay up till like midnight, and then I'm always up at 4:30. So I should take a nap, but a lot of times I don't because I'm working on things. Let's see here. Wendy, I treat myself to an at-home facial and a latte. Yes, I love it. I have a lot of things to give myself facials too. I love to, here's the thing. I love to buy the stuff, but I'm not actually really good about doing it. So, but yeah, when you come to visit next time, lots of facial stuff for you, because I've been stocking up. I love it. We treat ourselves, and I like that she phrased it that she treats herself. It's not like I do this because I have to. It's a treat. Treat yourself. You're worth it. You're special, and like my guy Les Brown always says, there's greatness within you, so celebrate it. Let's see, anything else? I'm probably going to end this in about a couple minutes, but if you have any other questions or any other things you want to shout out, feel free. I hope this was, let me know, was this helpful? Was this kind of what you were thinking? I know I think I've got a little bit of a different crowd in here, and I'm hoping that this was beneficial for you. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm on all the social media platforms as pink2paris, and DM me or send me a comment, and I'll respond. I pretty much respond to all my comments and DMs. And here's one. Hippie Chick 514. So she says, sometimes I feel like the goals I set for myself are so high, considering that I'm so busy with the kids, virtual school, my full-time job, and a side gig, I lose steam so quickly. Yes. I get that same way too. So you might find that your system or your what do you call it? Your flow is that you pause more often. There's a lot going on. There's a lot with even just thinking about the kids' virtual school. That is so that oh that is so. We weren't even prepared for this. I know I wasn't with my 16-year-old. But yeah, the virtual school is enough. Full-time job side. We need to talk because we sound like we've got the same kind of things going on, but it's hard. But I want you to do this one thing for me, and set a little goal. Set a goal that you can accomplish maybe in a month. Break it down very in small chunks, like we talked about tonight. But I'm a firm believer that we all do better when we have a goal in our life, something that we're aiming for, and a direction to head. So I know that other things in your life are so overwhelming. Try to come up with a little goal. I mean, you don't need to make $1 million. Try to make 10 or 100. Shoot for $100, extra dollars, and maybe it'll build momentum and build up, and that will be the thing that gets you spinning in the right direction. So I don't know. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so back to the comments. Let me go back. Oh, you guys were flying there. Um, Eleanor Seymour, you're the best. We love you. Oh, thank you. I love this. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you guys are here. And Manny Petties is how you treat yourself. Tiny23, nice, good, great job. Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you guys. Oh, Anna, so sad to be so late. Well, we're just about to finish, Anna. But you can watch the replay. That's what the replay is for. It'll be up on this channel in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now because I've been talking all this time and I'm real thirsty. And it's, I got to do something, something before I go to bed tonight. Get some action in on my goals or something like that. So I want to thank you guys so much for being with me. I will be back again in probably either late November, early December. I'm also spinning my wheels trying to figure out a way that we can do I want to do a free group coaching session maybe in December where we can get together on Zoom and be interactive, like you can speak and I can hear you and not just me speaking to you. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please let me know, leave a comment or something. And then also I'm thinking about coming up with a formal group coaching program, like a 4-week program in early January, so we can really kickstart those goals and get off started on the right foot. So those are things I'm kicking around. If you have any other ideas for me, please let me know. Like I said, my name is Brooke. This is pink2paris, and it can be found at pink2paris.com. If you like this, I have the Goal Guide, which is my ebook that I wrote. It's a quick, short read. I say book, but that's probably an exaggeration, but it's a really, really good, concise guide on everything you need to know to set and achieve your most meaningful goals. And it can be found here at pink2paris.com/guide. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later. Thanks a lot. Good night.